Yo, what up?
Um,
I'm Chuck, and I'm an LA Lakers
Hey,
fan.
man, work your magic. You say you're a computer whiz, man. Come on. Hey, man.
and I'm Ronnie J, and I'm a Clippers fan.
I'm Pepe.
And together we are LA Divided.
Chicago Bulls. With DeMar DeRozan as the leading scorer, currently has Chicago in first place on the East. Coming off of a 31-41 season, the Bulls made some big changes to their roster, including Alex Caruso, Lonzo Ball, and of course, DeMar DeRozan, who is in MVP form. Currently has Chicago on a new winning tide.
DeRozan, pump fake for the win. Got it again! At the buzzer, DeMar delivers again! And DC, we will let ourselves out! Bulls win again at the buzzer!
Team Spotlight, got my man RL in the building. We're going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls. Now, in recent time, as you've seen in the intro, the Bulls have been surprising a lot of people, starting off the way that they've been starting off. If you look at the record, they're atop of the standings in the Eastern Conference. I think a lot of people expected them to be maybe a play-in team or a team that, just barely got into that fifth or sixth seed. But nobody could have expected this. So I guess I'll pose the question, is what the Bulls doing a fluke or not? Look like I got horns, huh? Let me scoot on over here. Okay, so is this a fluke or not? Now, I will, start and say that I think the Chicago Bulls have gotten into a situation of it's right place, right time for a lot of these players. I think players like Vucevic and Lonzo Ball, who have come in from situations that were not winning situations, have motivated those guys to want to be a part of a winning team. And they've always been a big part of whatever team they've been a part of. And I think DeMar DeRozan, I think he's taken, not to be too cliche here, but I think he's taken the bull by the horns, and he's decided that he's had enough, and he's going to take control of his career. And it looks like it's all coming together. You pair that with Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, and a couple of their other young pieces that they have there, and I think you're getting a winning formula that can potentially sustain this level of excellence.
I mean, I can piggyback off of what you said. I only got a little bit of a problem or disagreement rather, of what you said as far as where the Bulls are at right now. I'm not expecting I didn't think I would have expected them to be in the number one spot in the East. However, I was expecting them to be a lot better than they were last year with the additions that they brought to the team. Mentioning Lonzo Ball, I felt like that when he was with the Lakers and then the Pelicans, it wasn't necessarily a good fit for him. So it's like he necessarily got that monkey off his back, and he's developed that jump shot, number one. And he had already been an overall good player. So that part right there doesn't surprise me. DeMar DeRozan is definitely the surprise. As you said, him coming into what people are considering to be MVP caliber type year. I'm definitely not surprised at where the Bulls are at right now, coming from what they were last year and the other teams that kind of fell off from the East last year. I was expecting the Bulls to be within the 4 to 6, maybe 4 to 6 range. Where they at now is a little bit more surprising, but I'm not shocked about it.
Yeah, and listen, I will say the East as a whole has been shockingly surprising in itself. I mean, Atlanta was just an Eastern Conference final team, and they're not even scratching the 8th seed just yet. You have teams, of course, everyone expected the Nets to be there healthy. Milwaukee, who had a shocking loss just the other night, after they had been on a roll and getting healthy. And I think we won't really get into this team, but the Knicks, is a team that people are, really, really down on as well. So Chicago, I think, is just one of those teams that have jumped up, kind of like the Phoenix Suns did in the West last year. And I'm seeing a similar result there.
Yeah, and those two teams that you just mentioned are the same two teams that I would have mentioned as well. Atlanta and New York, both two teams who were in the playoffs last year, are nowhere to be found right now. So with that being said, it was a perfect fit.